Hi Capricorn, welcome to your love reading for October 2019. Let's go ahead and see what is going on in your love life. This is a love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October 2019. The first card you have, Capricorn, is the Nine of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. Judgment. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. Page of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. Ace of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. Six of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. Two of Rods. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn for October. And you have the Moon. What's the most important thing that Capricorn needs to hear about their love life for October 2019? The message that you have, Capricorn, is the World. So the World does represent endings. This can be that for some of you, a relationship is ending. For those of you where maybe you're tired of being in a relationship or in a marriage, but the World actually does represent an ending and a new beginning, and I do see a few there in the spread. So let's go ahead and start, and we'll come back to this card and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. If you would like a private reading with me, just go to my website, channeledguidance.com, and I'll put a link down below. Okay, so you have the Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Page of Swords. So like I said, you have this energy of new beginnings. You not only have Judgment here, you also have the Ace of Cups. So for the sign of Capricorn, there can be a new beginning in a relationship. Now because it is Judgment, it can be a new beginning where, a relationship did seem doomed. This is a card of a relationship rising from the ashes. Maybe you were headed towards divorce. Maybe you thought this person would never return. It is that kind of energy of, there's a second chance for a couple. There's a second chance for a relationship. There is a message here of truth. You've got the Page of Swords. The pages all represent communication. And this is, the truth. The truth is being spoken. It could be that there is some truth, like somebody still cares about you. Somebody still loves you. Somebody is telling you maybe they want a second chance from you. Because technically I pulled the Page of Swords and the next card was the Ace of Cups. So this Page of Swords, let me just kind of show you what I'm looking at here. This Page of Swords is right between two new beginnings. It's like somebody is telling you the truth. Like, I'm sorry I let you down. I'm sorry I left you. There is some type of truth around new beginnings. Like I said, someone could just be telling you they still love you and they want a second chance. But for those who are single, because there's two new beginnings here, and actually the main energy is also a new beginning. Some of you who are single could be also connecting with someone new. The month of October could be bringing in a new relationship. Just make sure that you put yourself first, because this is the first card that you start with, the Nine of Pentacles. This is saying stay true to you, because for many of you there is a second chance for a relationship where things looked really bad, or you were headed towards divorce, or maybe there was an ending of a relationship. You're being told to look out for yourself. This is about making the best decision for yourself. This is self-worth, integrity. You have to look out for yourself. Now, if you look at the second row here, you have the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there is movement for the sign of Capricorn. Things want to change for you in a positive way. There is a positive change in a situation. You're also receiving. You have the Six of Pentacles. I also feel like this is true for those who are single. October is a month where you can truly find a person who really deserves you. There's a new opportunity here with the Ace of Cups. There's a new beginning. It could be a new person. For those of you where you're already coupled, there's a strong energy of a new beginning where you could receive from this person what you truly deserve. But again, there has to be a lot of communication. Again, someone could be telling you the truth. Maybe they understand they messed up. Because, let me just show you what I'm looking at down here. You've got the Two of Wands. So this shows me that you have been waiting. You've got not just one, but two cards of non-action. You've been patient. You've been waiting for someone. The Two of Rods can also represent just a partnership, a relationship. But to me, it represents kind of delays and waiting. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to make up their mind about you. There's been a lot of confusion. You have the moon. Some of you could be dealing with the sign of Pisces. But to me, the moon just represents kind of a lot of confusion, very emotional energy. Most of the time when the moon comes up, things are hidden. So you want to be careful with that, because you've got the Page of Swords and the moon. This is deceit. This is the truth. Some of you could be hearing the truth about someone, but I feel like it could be in a positive way. Like you're hearing someone has been thinking of you. Someone still loves you. Again, someone maybe you have been waiting for, because I see here that you've been patient. You've been trying to not push things with someone. This is kind of walking on eggshells. You're trying to not push things too far. You've been waiting for someone, and maybe you've been highly confused here with the moon. Confused as far as where you stand with this person. But I do see honest communication here. Okay, so let's get a few more cards. Let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for October? You've got the Knight of Swords, King of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for October? And the King of Swords. So you've got two people here. Now one of these could be you if you have a moon or a rising in either an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Either one, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. One of these could be you. One of these could be an ex. It could be the person you're in a relationship with, your ex, or somebody new coming into your life. There's two people here. Sometimes the King of Swords can be someone who's doing a lot of thinking. You see the person here kind of playing a game of chess, and it could be that someone, either you or your partner, is kind of playing a mental game of chess. Like, what should I do? There's a lot of thinking going on. There's also someone who, if there's not a water sign in your relationship, this is someone who is in a very emotional place. So there's two people lined up for the sign of Capricorn with the Knight of Swords, which means that when it comes to your love relationship, things can change very quickly for you in the month of October, especially for those where, you're looking for a new beginning. You're hoping for a new beginning. There are two people lined up here. And, with this Knight of Swords, things change very quickly, very unexpectedly. The Knight of Swords does not really kind of plan things. They throw caution to the wind. And it could be that somebody returns back to your life. Again, maybe they're speaking their truth, or maybe it's you speaking your truth. I feel like, you could be in kind of opposite energies. There's someone is in a very emotional place, and someone is doing a lot of thinking and analyzing with the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the confirmation deck wants to tell you. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for October 2019? You have the Nine of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn? The Five of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for October? And the Page of Wands. What's the most important thing that Capricorn needs to hear about their love life for October 2019? The message that you have, Capricorn, is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I'm not even surprised to see this, because the Seven of Wands is saying that you do have to speak up for yourself. This ties in with the very first card, which is about self-respect, self-love, you doing what's best for you. Because I do feel like you're going to have a chance for a new beginning with someone who you've been waiting for. That's what I see down here. The Two of Wands, a card of non-action, and Temperance, a card of non-action, where you've been patient. This also can represent forgiveness. Maybe there is a need to forgive someone, but you also have to speak up for yourself. You have to stand your ground. It could be that you have to set boundaries. You have to let this person know that you're not going to keep waiting for them. You're not going to put up with any other negative behavior. This is fiery energy. You're putting your foot down with the Seven of Wands. Now let's look at these three cards. So now you have two pages, Page of Wands, Page of Swords. The pages represent communication. And so for those of you where you're waiting to hear from someone, and I do see you waiting here with the Two of Wands, there can definitely be communication. I just posted the sign of Virgo, and they had the same message. 2 pages in this spread, and then 2 pages in the X spread, which I'm going to do for you next. So I do see kind of strong communication for you here, but the sign of Capricorn could definitely be hearing the truth about something, especially with the moon being in the same spread. Again, this is not the truth. This is something that's being held back from you. But something could be coming to light that is allowing you to have a new beginning. Judgment and the Ace of Cups. So, I also see you being extremely happy here. You have the Nine of Cups. which is you being very fulfilled. It also could be wish fulfillment. You've been wishing for something to happen. Maybe you've been wishing for somebody new to come into your life, or you've been wishing so-and-so would call you back or want you back. There is excitement here with the Page of Wands. There is some type of communication that has you very, very excited. This is always good news. But I mean, you want to be careful. And like I said, Virgo had the same message. If you have a moon or rising in Virgo, you might want to watch that video. You have the Five of Cups, which does represent feeling disappointed, tears, sadness. And it can be that maybe, there's emotional energy, maybe somebody let you down with the Judgment card. A relationship that you thought looked promising failed. It can be that some of you are still in a very emotional place with the Five of Cups. Maybe you are the King of Cups, even though you are an earth sign. Some of you could be very disappointed that someone let you down, that someone wasn't what you wanted them to be. So that would explain why the Five of Cups is here. There's still sadness around you and someone maybe you've been waiting for. It could be that they also have regrets. But I also see you being very happy with the Nine of Cups. There is a lot of excitement here. Some of you can be hearing from someone that you've been waiting for a really long time, maybe to get a second chance with them, or waiting to hear from them. I definitely see communication, and there's a lot of movement here with the Wheel of Fortune. For the sign of Capricorn, that wheel wants to turn for you, bringing you positive changes and good luck. This is a card of destiny. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what is going on with your ex. Show us the energies, Capricorn and their ex, for October 2019. You're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles. Capricorn and their ex for October. Ace of Swords. Capricorn and their ex for October. Knight of Wands. Capricorn and their ex for October. Two of Wands. So this is a repeat card because you had this in the first spread. Capricorn and their ex for October. The Star. Capricorn and their ex for October. The Hermit. Capricorn and their ex for October. The Eight of Cups. Capricorn and their ex for October. Judgment, which you also had in the first spread. Capricorn and their ex for October. And the Three of Cups. Okay, so let's stop here. And let's go ahead and start at the top. So you have two new beginnings. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Wands. I mean, I feel like there's someone here who is eager, very, very eager to get back together. That is the energy of the Knight of Wands. Someone is almost kind of desperate for a new beginning. Someone's willing to go to any extreme to get the other person back. It can be you, Capricorn, but sometimes, I mean, it's a general reading. It could be the other way around. It could be that your ex is like desperate to get you back. This is a, kind of a desperate energy. I will do anything. I will do anything. I will go to any extreme to get you back. Plus, I mean, two new beginnings. With the Ace of Pentacles here, I mean, this is definitely a new beginning. There's a lot of blessings, a lot of happiness that could still manifest around you and your ex. It's just there has to be perhaps truth. I mean, you had the Moon in the first spread, and you had the Page of Swords. So there's kind of issues of honesty between you and your ex. Some of you need to hear the truth. You need to know the truth. Perhaps one or both of you needs to kind of clear your head, and you need to kind of have a clear idea, a clear perspective if you even want this person back. But I feel like there is an eagerness here. Like I desperately want you back with the Knight of Wands. Someone will go to any extremes with that energy. Now, in the second row here, you've got a repeat card. You have the Two of Wands, the Star, and the Hermit. The Star can represent the sign of Aquarius, and the Hermit can represent the sign of Virgo. But I see you waiting here. Again, this is a repeat card. It was in the first spread. You've been waiting, perhaps for your ex, waiting for something to change. There's actually been a lot of thinking here. So I feel like, there's, for those of you where you're the Knight of Wands, and you will do anything to get this person back in your life. Or you'll do anything for a second chance or a new beginning. The Hermit is, I feel like for those of you where that is you, again, you desperately want your ex back. I feel like there's a lot of thinking going on behind the scenes with the Hermit. I feel like your ex is, they've put you on the back burner, so to speak, because they're soul searching. Like, is this the right person for me? Do I truly want this person back? They're trying to search for their truth. How do I really feel about Capricorn? I do see you getting what you want. Right in the center of the reading, you have the Star. hopes and wishes being granted. But to me, the star also represents deep inner guidance. And I feel like, you know, someone here is really kind of looking at their guidance, examining what messages they're receiving from their intuition. Like, should I be, you know, with this person? Should I go there again to new beginnings? I feel like things are on hold because someone is doing a lot of thinking as far as what, you know, should I be in this relationship? How do I really feel about so and so? You know, although there is, you know, a goodbye here with the Eight of Cups, which I would definitely expect to see in an X spread. There was a goodbye. Someone chose to move on. But I mean, look at what is with it. You've got Judgment and the Three of Cups. Judgment is a repeat card. You had this card in the first spread. Judgment is a new beginning, but it's not just that. It is a second chance for a relationship that was doomed or a relationship that ended. It is a relationship rising from the ashes, and, you know, there is a lot of happiness here for you with the Three of Cups. This is you celebrating, but it's just, you know, it is happiness. You know, you're feeling on top of the world. There's joy and laughter. So for some of you, I mean, there's definitely an opportunity to clear things up with your ex. There's good times here. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, but I feel like there's a lot of thinking going on behind the scenes. You may not know, but you may have been put on hold because your ex is trying to figure out how they feel about you, or if there's a third party, they could be trying to figure out, like, who do I really belong with? Okay, let me get a few more cards for you. Capricorn and their ex for October. Capricorn and their ex for October. So we've got the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, Capricorn and their ex for October. Eight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some resistance here. There's definitely some resistance. And sometimes, you know, when I say it's a general reading, I'm not trying to pimp my private readings. I'm just trying to tell you, it's kind of, when you're reading for thousands of people, it's kind of hard to say, well, it's this, this, or this. So I try to cover everything. But, I mean, look at this. 7 and 8 of Swords and the Five of Wands. I mean, if I was just looking at this, and that's what I'm doing in a general reading, I feel like there is some resistance as far as your ex coming back to you. Like, I mean, you had the Moon in the first spread, which is a card of self-deceit. And then you have the Seven of Swords, which is a card of self-deceit. Not only that, you have the Five of Wands. I feel like your ex is kind of fighting themselves, and maybe, you know, they're thinking of you, but part of them is saying, hold back, you know, keep waiting, like you need more time. Because remember, under the Eight of Swords is the Hermit who's searching for the truth. Like, your ex maybe doesn't know. They don't know yet if they want you back. You know, maybe they're in denial about their true feelings. The Seven of Swords is someone who's sticking their head in the sand and not really facing things head on. They're conflicted with the Five of Wands. I mean, also the Eight of Swords is important because they're keeping you waiting right here, Two of Wands, because they're afraid to move forward. The Eight of Swords is all about fear. You feel like you can't move forward. You feel like you're stuck, but it's fear that's holding you back. So, I mean, and 7 and 8 of Swords lined up with the 5 of Wands. It's like your ex is conflicted. They're holding back from you. But it can definitely be that you have a rival here with the 5 of Wands. Or some of you, there could be a third party, especially if you broke up because of cheating. You've got the 7 of Swords, which is a card of deceit. Just outright deceit. Someone who is two-faced and sneaky. Because you did have the Moon in the first spread, which can definitely be deceit and lies. So you have to kind of keep that in mind if you had that happen with your ex. It could be that some of that is still going on. And again, they could be conflicted about coming back to you, especially if there's someone else in the picture. Okay, so let's get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. Capricorn and their ex for October 2019. Knight of Wands. So this is a repeat card because there's one right there. Capricorn and their ex for October. 4 of Wands. Capricorn and their ex for October. And the Page of Pentacles. So, I mean, again, Knight of Wands 2 times. Same card, different deck. Someone here is like desperate to see some type of action with an ex. Someone is desperate to move forward. Someone is desperate to see results. Someone may desperately want you back. But they could be feeling very conflicted, especially if someone is kind of whispering in their ear or somebody is working against you. Or it could even be themselves. They could be their own worst enemy with the 7 of Swords. I still see a relationship here, though. So that's the good news for you. You've got the 4 of Wands, which is commitment, stability. This can even be a card of marriage for those of you where you thought, like, this is the one. They could still be the one. But there is a whole lot of thinking here. You've got the Page of Pentacles, which is the same energy as a Hermit. There is a lot of thinking, looking at things very carefully. For some of you, it could be that your ex desperately does want you back, but they have doubts. And again, that could be why we had the Moon and now the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Hermit. I mean, it goes on and on. The Eight of Swords, they're held back by fear. This is wanting to move forward quickly, wanting to see results. But then here comes the Page of Pentacles that wants to look at every little thing, look very carefully, very closely to see, like, is it what I think it is? Again, same energy as a Hermit, looking at things very carefully, that they're not sure. I don't know, I just feel for some of you there could be someone else, you know, where they're maybe comparing you to that person to see who's better for them, because maybe that is why some of you have been put on hold here, put on the back burner, because someone's trying to figure out the truth, which also ties in with the Ace of Swords. Somebody's trying to gain clarity, but I do feel like someone is desperate for action, desperate to see a relationship come together again, but there's also a sense of being conflicted here with the Five of Wands. But I mean, the good news is you have the Star right in the center, so someone is listening to their intuition, so it's meant to be, it'll be. Also, I mean, the Star also represents your hopes and wishes being granted. This is a repeat card, Judgment, which you also had in the first spread. There is a second chance for you and for your ex. This is a relationship rising from the ashes, and I see you being extremely happy here with the Three of Cups, celebrating. There is still plenty of good times that could happen for you and for your ex. Okay, Capricorn, this has been your love reading for October 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.